Hi everybody, I'm James with Blue Eye Tech. If you guys like tech news and tech reviews, definitely hit that subscribe button down below. Hit that bell icon to catch videos like this in the future. So let's talk about Bioware. Bioware is actually known recently for actually coming out with a game called Anthem that was breaking consoles and just had a messy developmental cycle. As a developmental cycle that I want to talk about right now, because Jason Schreier from Kotaku recently came out with an article talking about the developmental cycle over at Bioware for the game Anthem. The funny thing is the name Anthem wasn't the original name of the game from the beginning. It actually was the name Beyond. And the reason why it changed from Beyond to Anthem, you could trademark it easier. It's just for trademark purposes. It was harder to trademark Beyond, so they switched over to Anthem. The big problem I have is not so much with the trademarking reasons and why they changed the name, it's so much the developmental cycle and what the developers had to deal with when working with Bioware. And the problem I have is the fact that it got so bad to a point where there actually people had to go find a closet to go sit and just cry in, though, because it was so bad. They actually had to have a doctor medically tell them they need to actually take a break from work just due to stress and anxiety and depression. I mean, like, no job should ever be that bad. No job should ever be to the point where you are basically suffering of anxiety and depression because of your job. You should enjoy your job. I've had stressful jobs before, and I've had jobs that I completely hated, but I've never once thought to myself, I'm going to go in the closet over there and just cry my eyes out because I hate my job so much. I've never been told by a medical professional that I had to leave my job temporarily just due to stress and depression. It's ridiculous. The fact that even developers had to even put up with this, because honestly, up until I heard stories like these, I thought to myself, like, oh, working as a game developer would be awesome. I actually wanted to be a game developer and actually work on games and make games. But then when you hear stuff like this, it's kind of like, do I really? I mean, like, there are times where you hear, like, definitely you hear a lot about, like, oh, people having fun making games. But then you also have the other side of it too, though, where you have situations like this, where it's just a living nightmare. You would think that making a game like Anthem or making any game in general would be fun, but then you hear stuff like this. Like, and that's the thing is I just can't stand, is because, like, how can anybody deal with treatment like this? Or you should never be medically told that you have to actually leave your career, leave your job because your job is too stressful. I think that's just flat out wrong, and that should never be the situation. But unfortunately, it is in this case. And Bioware came out with a critically acclaimed game, Dragon Age Inquisition, that had a very messy developmental cycle, though. So they probably thought during this developmental cycle for Anthem, so it's a messy developmental cycle, but we'll definitely get together for the game in the long run. It worked for Dragon Age Inquisition, it'll work for Anthem, and it didn't work for Anthem. Anthem definitely was bricking consoles. It was using the wrong engine. It was using the Frostbite engine, which is not meant for this type of game. It's mainly meant for first-person shooters. So they were using the wrong engine. They had a very messy developmental cycle, though. They were stressing out the developers to the point where they were just basically suffering of depression and anxiety, and it's ridiculous, because I personally believe you should enjoy your job. And coming from somebody who has been on the management end of business, though, if you want your employees to do the best thing for you, if you want the people who are working for you to put their best foot forward, make sure they enjoy their job, make sure they love their job. If you hate your job, you're not going to want to put your best foot forward. You're just going to be just like, I'm just going to just do what I need to do, get the hell out of here, and call it a day. Like I said before, and I probably reiterated this too many times in this video, but you should never hate your job, even if it's not your career, even if it's just a job you just have, even if you're just working in retail or working wherever you are, regardless of the job that you have, you should never, ever, 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 ever hate your job. You should always enjoy your job and what you do. So that's just basically my rant of the whole situation, though. I definitely think Bioware definitely mishandled this whole situation with the developers and mishandled the game, and the game is just a complete mess. But I would love to know what you guys think in the comment section below about this whole Bioware situation and with the developers and just the whole game with Anthem as in general. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section below. As always, like, share, and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys next time.